All right, so here's the plan with this fence. The previous owners built a horse fence all along the property. And since it's already here, I want to try to reuse it, everything that I can, just to get it working again. And from what I see, it doesn't need too much, I don't think. But it's definitely overgrown. We have all this fencing here. There's horse fence all along right here. This red fence right here, that used to be an old logging road. How awesome would it be if I could actually drive in here, and then this is gonna go to our creek and along our creek all the way up the property. And it definitely is overgrown. A lot of bigger bushes in there. There was a lot of poison ivy in here. But if you look at, there's a T-post right there. That's basically where the property line is. So this fence is not the property line. We're not talking about this fence line just yet, but we have another fence line here. And then we have another one right here. We're talking about the main portion of our land, which is all fenced in with horse fence. We've got those fall colors. You see how it's overgrown? We need to cut these back, maybe even rip them out. As we continue to go up the property, it tapers out that way more, but we still have the horse fence here. Look at this. It looks okay right here, but there are definitely some trees that are overgrown on it, started growing. This tree fell on the fence right here. I need to cut this down, but look at these poles though. These are poles that are all concreted in. All right, so we made it halfway up the property and we measured about 600 feet. So I would say altogether, I mean, this goes basically in a circle, the fence line. I would say we have over 2,000 feet of horse fence. And I am eventually gonna get pigs, and my plan is to put them in the forest. And if I'm gonna be doing that, I need to clear out a pathway for, I mean, to at least put a charged wire in there. Because I need to contain them somehow. And I know it's gonna be one of those things where someone's gonna call me in the middle of the night. That's how it happens. Hey, you want some pigs? I got some pigs. They're ready now. Hey, turkeys. It's almost time. It's almost Thanksgiving. Hang in there. We have a lot of briars in here. There's definitely some blackberries in here also. There's a fence line that goes this way. This one looks pretty good, not overgrown, but it needs to be tightened up. There's some things that are broken on it. I'm gonna start on this end of the fence and then just work my way up. That is my goal. That is my plan of trying to reestablish. That side of the fence is not so bad. This is probably the worst of it right here. You know, so it's just the fence line that I'm gonna be working on right now. As far as in the forest, you know, that's another thing I need to do. I don't know how long this is gonna take me. It seems like such a daunting task, right? Of doing this all by hand, but you know, if you just do a little bit every day, right? I should be done by spring. What do you think? This blade cuts some of the softer materials like brambles. This just kind of shreds everything rather than the table saw blade. That one cuts more of the bigger, thick trees coming out. I'm trying to get all the little stuff first with this blade, and then I'm gonna go back in there with the bigger blade, just kind of slowly chopping away at it as I go. just a short time, this is what I got done here. Look at this. Like that's all I really need to do is do up like back there. You know, I gotta clear this bigger tree. I need something bigger for that. This is the wire that's gonna be electrified. Needs to be on the other side of this post, because when you pull all this tight, like this is pretty tight, but when you pull it, it's gonna pull this off. And then so I think if it was on this side, it might be, I could get it tighter. I never had a clear fence line. This is kind of all new to me. Even at our old property, 1.5 acres, never had to do this. You know, we didn't have overgrowth. It wasn't that big of a property. But look at, see, this is what I'm talking about here. Right in here is T-post. And there's a T-post over there. So this is the property line. You know, there's an old fence line right here. But this is what I mean. You know, this is what I'm talking about here, of bringing in pigs. I would love to put in pigs in here. I mean, ideally, eventually, I'm going to put, you know, a fence, maybe a woven wire fence that is the property line. You know, I would feel more comfortable, you know, with all of our animals that we're going to get in the future. You know, I don't know why they didn't put the horse fence up to the line, up to the property line. They just kind of put it in there. Like, I don't know why they did that, but I don't know if you can see it, but there's a trail here. These are deer trails, I believe. And I hope to be going deer hunting soon. It's almost that time of year, guys. Although it seems such a daunting task, at the same time, it's kind of therapeutic. It's almost like when you get in the zone, you could really just go to town on this fence line and just keep going. Like, it's almost very satisfying to do this. With more property comes the need for commercial equipment. I had a battery powered trimmer, string trimmer, but I figured, man, I'm gonna need something more powerful and something that will spin a blade like this, or a table saw blade. It's doing quick work, I mean, for what we're doing here. Here, this got cut right here. It's to tighten it. Just kind of moving this stuff out of the way. Could probably get my mower in there at this point. Man, I'm kind of stoked. That wasn't, I mean, you know, some work, some sweat, but it actually wasn't too bad. You know, as long as I'm not rushing through it and taking my time. I mean, this is the long game right here. You know, this is not gonna expect to do this whole fence in like a day or a weekend or even a month. I mean, it might, well, however long it's gonna take me. I just gotta keep at it. So let's put on this one. This is a fun one. This table saw blade, basically, that's what it is. Let's move you guys right here. That goes on top. Then this. Screw that on. Reverse threads. Lorraine just got back from her Azure standard bulk order. We want to show you guys just what we got and what they offer there.
We got a case, which is 12 of these organic pumpkin. We did not grow our own pumpkin this year, so we have to buy canned pumpkin. And so this brand is a really good brand. It's organic pumpkin puree. We gotta have pumpkin pie. We got calico cheese, is it a 5 pound or 6 pound? These come in a 5 or 6 pound blocks. So this is cheese. And then we really like this raw Monterey Jack cheese, grass fed. We like that one, so we got 2. It's always good to have our cheese, and then what we'll do is we'll cut it up and then vacuum seal it, put it in our freezer, and then we can just pull out what we need. But it's really nice to have cheese because we don't have a cow. We got organic dates. This is a 5 pound bag of dates. And then we also got, we've been enjoying these, well, Penelope and I have been enjoying these Stacy's Organic. These are flour tortillas. They are organic. These make for great, quick little meals when we are out and about running errands all day and we don't want to stop and get fast food. So what we'll do is plan ahead and make some little quesadillas or burritos and then put them in our freezer. So that makes great little fast food. Also, we got these this case of ramen noodles, and now that soup weather is here, and I'm gonna be making all the bone broth.
Everyday soup weather, right?
Yeah, everyday soup day. Once fall time hits, it's soup weather. And so these are organic, and it's ramen, but it's just made out of like rice and brown millet. Millet and brown rice. And that's it, and it's organic, and there's really nothing else in there, so it's really clean. So we'll make our own batch of whatever soup that we happen to have on hand. And then we got butter. This is our favorite butter. We love getting this butter, so I'll usually buy 10 at a time. About every other order I'll get that, and then just put them in the freezer. So most of the stuff is just gonna go in the freezer.
Yeah, so we need a date tree.
We need a
We need to grow some dates.
And we need a milk cow.
We need a milk cow, and we need to grow some pumpkins.
We need a milk cow.
Yeah, and grow our own rice, and then we're set.
Yeah. Well, we can grow pumpkins next year. Actually, I never buy canned pumpkin. Well, I shouldn't say never, but it's been a while since I've had to buy canned pumpkin. But we just didn't do it this year with this garden.
Our land actually came with a fence charger. Look at this, Parmac. This is an oldie, but I bet you it still works. When I first moved here, there was an extension cord, guys. Extension cord buried in the ground, went from the house all the way to this. So I'm assuming that extension cord probably powered this fence charger. The plot thickens. This is where you plug in the charger, and then this line hooked up to the fence line, and that hooked everything up. Starting to look like something, guys. Starting to look like something. Look at that. This whole line right here cleared. Alright, I think that's good. I don't know, what do you think? You think that's good for the day? I think that's a day well spent. What do you say? Look at that. I'm able to walk in there at least. Pretty much cleared this portion. Yeah, I'm happy with it. Zeke, Elvira, I hear you. I hear you. All right, it's dinner time. What's for dinner here?
We've got salad, shredded chicken, beans, and roasted root vegetables.
Yeah. An hour a day. Let's try to do that, man, because look at this. I got to do all this overgrowth right here. I feel like this is not as bad. I mean, maybe right here, some of them bushes. But as you go up, I think it actually gets a little better. It's almost turkey season. Turkey for me, turkey for you. You guys are almost done. Let's check you. Man, you guys, man, these waters are not great. I just filled this water up this morning and it's already gone. They didn't drink that much water. It's because these, if they're not level, you know, they just kind of spill out. We've tried a lot of waters, chicken waters, and there's not a perfect one out there. Filling them up. They're eating a little bit more now because they're getting older, or they're older now. I mean, they're getting on 20 weeks. And 20 weeks is when you butcher them. You know, we've had them that long. That bucket is almost gone, and then we have one more bucket. I said, after we're done with that other bucket, 5-gallon bucket, that's it. We're putting them in our freezer. Oof, that's, I got turkey poop on my finger. That's gross.
Don't smell it!
Yeah, don't smell it. So to let you know, guys, we have a new online chicken workshop. You know, we have our chicken one, we have chicken processing workshop that we've had for a couple years now. Now we have a pig one. So pig butchery. This is homestead level pig butchery. Nothing fancy, just getting it done, putting meat in your freezer for your family. Me and my buddy Billy from Perma Pastures Farm teamed up for that one to bring you that. I mean, a color guide, step-by-step color guide. This is like 56-page color guide. And also I bundled the 2 courses. So if you buy both courses, there's a spot on there where you get a discounted price. So I'll leave that link down below so you guys can check that out. Just giving the beefy boy some more water. And if you guys are looking to build a greenhouse on the budget, because that's what we did on our 1.5 acres, I'll leave the link right here of how to build one. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you guys on the next one.